When Talia first came to me, she was jumping from one 40-day Pilates challenge to the next, feeling overwhelmed and struggling to maintain consistency. She was stuck in a cycle of YouTube workouts with no real direction. And despite her naturally confident personality, she just couldn't achieve the toned muscular physique that she wanted. Now, just a few months into our program, she's lost 2.5 inches from her waist, built the leg muscles that she's dreamed of, has the energy to go through full theme park days without pain, and has the confidence to do things like show up as a model on fashion shows, in her own designs, and on her local news station. Hey, I'm Sampi Harmetz, and I'm a fitness and nutrition coach for geeks and gamers. I help them lose 10 to 20 pounds in 6 months without giving up their hobbies or the foods that they love. What makes my approach different is that I have a system that works with your lifestyle, not against it. As a cosplayer, gamer, and former competitive bodybuilder, I understand how to level up your fitness while still having time for campaigns, late night raids, and convention weekends. My three-phase approach allows you to optimize your nutrition, lose fat, and equip you with the skills to maintain your progress long term. Today, I'm excited to share with you Talia's incredible journey. She's going to talk about how she transformed her body while actually eating more food than ever before, how she overcame her fears of sticking to a program, and the confidence that she's gained to do things that she never imagined before. From traveling alone for the first time to showcasing her own original designs on the runway. If you've ever been stuck in a cycle of random workouts without seeing the results that you want, or if you've been afraid that getting fit means giving up your curves, this conversation is especially for you.
My name is Italia and I'm from Orlando, Florida.
And what were you struggling with before we worked together?
I would say I was struggling with, I didn't know what to do, mostly when I came to the gym. I was just on the YouTube looking for whatever workout and seeing what stuck. I was
Mhm.
doing back-to-back Pilates challenges, and that was great. But they're like 40-day challenges, 100-day challenges, and you have to do them every day, and that was a little overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and you were seeing some changes though when you were doing the Pilates challenges, right?
Yeah, I was seeing some changes, but it was also a lot of doing it at home. And I think that was a challenge in itself because people would come in and I'd be like doing downward dog. I'd be like, hello, can I help you? Um, so that's the thing is I know some people they work better out at home. I do not. I need to be out of this place.
hmm That's awesome that you found a system then. And so then how did you get started, doing workouts and stuff with me?
Yeah, I think it was the challenge. The
Art challenge.
Yes, that was so fun. I did the challenge and I really just got addicted to the community. I loved seeing everyone's updates. I'm a very social and externally motivated person.
Mhm.
So seeing everyone's updates and what they were up to and their growth and their changes, we were sharing recipes. It was very cute time.
I love that. And, what specific problems, challenges, or strugglings were you looking for help with once you started our program?
Yeah, when we started the program, I had a way. I think I I sent you a picture of Sabrina Carpenter, and I was like, I want her legs.
I remember
That
that.
was what it was. I really wanted just to improve that, and not just from an aesthetic standpoint. Because when I did the Pilates challenges, I dropped so much weight, and then I'd put
hmm
it back on a little bit. But I also wasn't happy. I was like a twig, because
hmm
it's so much cardio. It was just constant. I've been doing cardio I think since I started being an adult. I just did
Yeah.
like yoga, walking, hiking, swimming, Pilates, just all that, and I was just a stick. And I was like, oh, well, that's just my body. I've seen pictures of my mom when she was younger, and I just assumed that was just how I
hmm
was stuck as an archetype. And I sent you the picture of Sabrina Carpenter, and she looks so muscular and so
hmm
curvy. And I was like, if we can do just even like a little bit of that, I will be so happy for myself.
Awesome. And was there anything that almost prevented you from signing up working with me?
Yeah. I was honestly worried I wasn't going to stick to it. I was like, I
Yeah.
have failed so many times
hmm
doing different workouts, and nothing stuck. I was like, I told myself, oh, I'm going to just constantly watch this one YouTuber and I'll just do every workout that they have. And it just has never stuck because your life doesn't, I think for me at least, it's just so much accountability on myself.
It
And
is.
then having you, it's like, oh, well, I have big brothers watching me. I got to do it. And then everyone else is doing it. And so I'm like, well, if they're doing it, I have, again, externally motivated person. So I
Mhm.
think that is just a big change from what I was doing before. And I was worried I wasn't going to stick to it, but I'm on a streak. I'm on a 36-day streak and I haven't
Yeah.
broke.
You haven't missed a single workout. What
Mm-mm.
made you pull the trigger then to sign up with me? Was it mostly the community element? Was it the accountability?
I think I've never had so much fun in terms of fitness. It's honestly been a hoot. I think the community is this like honestly, I think 80% of it is the community itself is just really enriching and fulfilling and just a joy to be a part of. And you have people helping you, but then you help them back.
Mhm.
And coming from that therapeutic background that I come from, that's just really rewarding. And then what was the question again? I was talking about the community, I'm like, I love
Oh,
them so much.
what made you pull the trigger to sign up?
Oh yeah. I feel like I saw the results from the whole challenge and
Hmm.
I was like, if this is what I can do in a short amount of time,
Hmm.
imagine what I could do in 3 months, 6 months, a year.
Hmm.
So I was very convinced, based on the workouts from just that challenge. I was like, I know this is gonna, this might be it. This might be what
Hmm.
works.
That's awesome. And what have been your biggest takeaways so far working together?
Um, I love, well, one, I was not eating enough food. I learned that
Yeah.
real fast. I was like, uh, what food? I can eat more? Huh? Um, I think we've all been cursed by MyFitnessPal. I think it was my curse and my blessing because I don't know, in like 2000, dating myself here, 2012-ish, 13.
Yeah.
You download the app because everyone's like, download
Hmm.
it, and you're like 1,200 calories, and then you do it, and you're like, that is none food. That is a
Hmm.
nothing burger. That is literally one burger at Chili's, and you're done for the day.
Hmm.
Um, but then trying out MyFitnessPal and the way that you suggested it with the macros and the calories and everything, it was so sustainable. It was so doable.
Hmm.
If not challenging at times to make sure I ate enough.
Yeah.
Um, and then you've given so many tips like the applesauce. I keep snacks at work now. I meal prep. I never did that before. What a shame. Um, all of that has been good. I think the nutrition has been a really good key part. I did not realize how unwell I was until I started eating. And I don't have that background of like any dysphoria or eating disorder. I just did not know how to eat. And
Hmm.
it's very funny because I've taken nutrition classes in college, but you can know things as like a very smart person and does not
Yeah.
do them.
Yeah. It just like it kind of like slips your mind, or sometimes you'll see people say it, but you're like, but not me. But
Yeah,
not
and I'm
right.
fine. I'm great. What do you mean?
But yeah, but like
Yeah.
that works for that, but that would never work for
Yeah.
me.
Mhm.
What have been the biggest shifts you've made in your life then? So one was nutrition, like you just
My
said.
nutrition, my life is very scheduled and regimented now. I
Hmm.
have a little routine. She
Hmm.
cannot be broken. You want to hang out after work? No, you have to let me know time ahead so I can reschedule the time of my workout because that is key to my day. That is a pillar of my day. It is like if I don't do this, I will be unwell. And that sounds a little bit like cultish, but it's more like that's just how I am. I really need that solid routine. I come home, I'm driving down I-4,
Hmm.
I-4. I know I have to go to the gym because if I don't go to that parking lot, I'm not going to do it. So
Hmm.
it's kind of like I think I've gained so much discipline from it
Yeah.
too.
Did you ever feel like that would be like you as a person, someone who is so regimented? I mean, especially given your background and stuff, I feel like.
I don't know, because like everyone's like, oh, she works so hard. I'm like, yeah, but I used to be the person who would, if the exam was on Tuesday, I would be up until 5 a.m.
On one.
To the last second digesting that information. So,
Hmm.
doing this slow but steady thing is like so crazy. Whereas, and it's slow results. It's something that you have to put in the work. You can't just procrastinate and then blitz it overnight and then you're skinny or you're buff or you're whatever. You have to do the work and you have to do it over a long period of time, which is not
Hmm.
something I was used to.
Yeah, it's definitely different, but it also feels like way harder to go back to the way things were before, right?
Absolutely not. I refuse. I
Yeah.
cannot. I can't do it. I can't even see myself doing it. Like I said, just even breaking the thought of breaking the streak hurts my feelings. And I
That's
guess I
like
could in theory, but
you could, but
you know,
it's just not a thing you want to do anymore.
yeah, mm-mm,
So
yeah.
where's your health journey now?
Oh my gosh. Well, I look really different.
Yeah, you
I
do.
do. I look really different. Always been cute. Always been confident, honestly. But I think it just comes from a different place now.
Mhm.
Before I was a little fake it till you make it kind of person, but that's just, I'm an entertainer. That's what we do. And I think it's just like I can grab something from the closet and well, now it doesn't fit. Thank you very much. None of my clothes fit. I have a lot of cute clothes. I have like a whole duffel bag of clothes I have to fix. What was the question?
Where your health journey is now, but yeah, I know you have a bunch of stuff you have to alter now.
Yeah, so I think I'm in that area now too. My health journey is I have so much energy,
Hmm.
and I don't have to drink 500 cups of caffeine for it. I drink 1 cup in the morning. Don't tell Corey that I stopped drinking my afternoon coffee because then he'll be like, "See, I know everything." Absolutely not. I will not give Professor Corey the benefit of the doubt. Um, yeah, I don't drink as much caffeine. My energy comes from a real place. I'm more present, which is really important for me in terms of doing my work because I want to be present with my patients and not like, here's a coloring sheet, leave me alone.
Right.
Um, how teachers used to roll
Hmm.
in the TV. I kind of did that a little bit at work a couple
Hmm.
times, more times than I'd like to admit. Roll in the theoretical TV, the YouTube, the coloring
Yeah.
pages. Here's a Barbie. Give me
Yeah.
5 minutes. I have more energy. I'm more present. Um, I I've been doing a lot of crazy things. I traveled alone for the first time
Mhm.
this year, which I've never done before. I flew. Oh my God. Um, I flew by myself on an airplane. I've flown on an airplane before, but I was meeting, it was like a 2 hour trip. But
Yeah.
this was like a solo trip. Like I was gonna have to sleep by myself in another city. I did it for
Yeah.
Sailor Moon, but I also knew that I was gonna be inherently okay because like all these things have changed. It's just a strange feeling. Um, I do a lot of things by myself that I didn't do before. I've always kind of been like, yeah, I'll eat at a restaurant every now and then. But now it's like, oh, you want to go to the museum alone? Do it. Oh, you want to go to the Springs alone? Do it. Oh, you want to do this concert alone? Do it. It's like nothing unhindered. I'm an unhindered version of myself.
Yeah. It's the confidence comes from a different place, just like you said.
Hmm.
And it feels like you're like nothing's off limits anymore that you can do,
Yeah.
which is like really, really incredible. I was gonna say, what internal mind shifts have you made since we started working together? But I feel like that's a really big one. Alrighty.
Hmm. Yeah. It's a huge one.
Are there any
It
other
really is.
internal mindset shifts that you can think of?
Um, well, I think one thing is also, I'm like, now that like okay, I've got the exercise thing down, the nutrition is good. Now I'm like, okay, what else can I fix? What else can I improve in my life? It's like a
Mhm.
constant growth, but like it's like looking at it from a more glass half full kind of like what can I
Yeah.
add to my life rather than take away? The
Mhm.
gym didn't take away my time, it added.
Yeah.
The planning the nutrition, it seems like, oh, she's on her phone all the time calculating calories. No, that's joyful for me. That
Mhm.
like honestly decreases my stress when it comes to eating because everything is there, it's quantified, it's logical. It So now I'm like, okay, what can I do now? I should probably read more, less screen time, do more relaxation things. It's just adding more
Adding
things that are
more.
better for me.
I love that. And that's definitely like one of the big principles I think of what I like to teach is like adding more to your life rather than just focus on taking away, making yourself
Hmm.
smaller and all of that. So I love that that's translated. Speaking of, like, what tangible results have you achieved? I know we just talked about needing all new clothes.
This is stretchy. It's always fit, but yeah, bag full of clothes, mostly bottoms.
Hmm.
Mostly bottom. The waist is snatched. I think I told you the other day, I used to be 30 inches or so. And
Hmm.
this morning I measured, I broke 28. I've never broken 28 since I was like a small, I was like 22, 21.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 27 inches there, maybe smaller. I don't know. I didn't measure myself back then. But I know when I was making clothes, making cosplays,
Hmm.
I was around 27 inches because I have it documented somewhere.
Yeah,
Um, so I was 30 inches not a hot minute ago, and now I'm 27.5.
that's
So from
incredible.
starting, we lost 2.5 inches.
That's incredible. And this whole
Mhm.
time, your weight has mostly stayed the same, which just shows you've been just totally recomping your body.
Yeah, it's literally crazy. I'm like, how does that work? But it does work because there's
Yeah.
different things, different places.
Hmm.
Um, I was also worried, low key, when we were doing this. I was like, if I lose so much weight, 'cause I thought I was going to lose a lot of weight because that's just what has happened to me in the
Yeah.
past. I'll do a fitness routine, the Pilates routine, it'll be gone. I'll
Yeah.
be disappear. I thought I was going to lose my bum and I was going to lose my bust. It did not hit. I barely
Yeah.
lost. Yeah, no, it's just
You've just
she
gained in
I
those
keep it
spots you
juicy, juicy.
wanted.
I eat that lunch, you know?
That's one of the things I think is so incredible about kind of taking things slow and recomping this way. And I mean, of course, genetics have a strong place to do with it, but you've said in the past when you've lost weight, the girls have gone away a little bit,
Hmm.
right? And so by taking the slow approach and putting on muscle, you've really just added to your curves instead, which is right what you wanted. That's Sabrina
Hmm.
Carpenter, like inspo pic. And
Hmm.
you were talking about the leg muscles that you were able to add in.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
I didn't so I honestly I noticed there's been changes, but looking at yourself in the mirror, my brother took a photo of me not too long ago in was it April, early April, late March,
Mhm.
um, of myself as a kid, it's a candid photo of me just walking, you know, in Epic Universe here in Orlando. I'm exiting the Peach Castle for the first time, and I'm like so excited. But I looked at myself, and I'm like, who is she? I could
Yeah.
not recognize my physical form. I did not know who that person was, but it was me. And I just looked so different in shorts. I think I
Mhm.
could pull up a picture of another me in shorts, and she's a stick.
Mhm.
Stick legs are genetic in my father's side
Really?
of the
Yeah.
female. Yeah, stick legs, sticks. Stick legs, big butts on my dad's side, and then my mom's side is a little more balanced. But
Mhm.
I really do get that side of the family's figure. But yeah, I used to be stick, and I looked at them, and they were. I was like, wow, those there's curve, there's tone, there's a there's not it's not a straight line. It's just round. It
That's
was
incredible.
crazy. I just shocked my mind. Yeah.
And it was a candid too, so it's not like you were posing or
I wasn't.
flexing.
Mm-mm.
It was like that's just what you look now, and
That's
that's
just what yeah.
yeah.
And then not too long ago, actually last week, I did a photo shoot underwater. I don't have pictures
Mhm.
because I don't have them back yet. But she showed me some of them, and there's a photo of me doing like a backflip underwater.
Wow.
Um, and I looked at my form, and I'm just like wet. I look like a anime girl. Like it's just crazy. Just the tone and the shape of it is crazy for me
I
to
loved
be.
hearing that.
Mhm.
We talked a lot about, I think, when you first started joining in, just like you've always been confident, like you said, but you
Mhm.
wanted to like feel good in cosplays, or you just didn't realize just how good you could feel in cosplays. I know we had that not before and after, but then and now photos of you in your
Mhm.
mermaid outfit that you shared with me not that long
Yeah,
ago.
the Renaissance Fair one. I
Mhm.
remember that was after I went to the Renaissance Fair after some a series of that year was a hot that beginning of the year was not a great year for me. Not a bunch of W's, took a bunch of L's. And then it was my birthday and my friend was like, "We should go to the Renaissance Fair." I'm like, "We should. Even though we're miserable, we should just go." And we did. And I remember every photo I was so tense because I was trying to hold it all in and look nice and it was, so I had fun. I loved the nights were beautiful. But a year later, quite literally a year later, because it's always around my birthday, I wore the other
Mhm.
same. That's the same brand of leggings. So it's both Thin Folk leggings. So they're both size medium.
Mhm.
The same top, not the same top, but the same like size.
Style.
Anyways,
Yeah.
she's different person. She went from just not that to like Xena Warrior Princess. Like I had like little abs. I
Hmm.
was just, I was felt really good.
Yeah,
It
it's
was just
been awesome seeing you wear crop tops and stuff again. I mean, you're wearing the mermaid croppies at the theme park. You were wearing crop tops on the news. You wore a crop
I
top.
know that. Yes, I was. I wore a crop top on the news. Too
Incredible.
famous. Yeah, I wore crop top on the news. Yeah, that was crazy.
So, how has your experience been in general in the program then?
I would say if it somehow let's say Discord blew up, you
Yeah.
were sucked into another dimension, into an isekai. I would be heartbroken. I wouldn't know how to go on with my life. I'm sure I'd figure it out, but it would be a huge hole. I think it would
Yeah.
be a huge hole in my life. If it would suddenly disappear.
It definitely it's an awesome community to lean on. And
Hmm.
I know for me, it's become part of just like my everyday routine, just checking in on the
Yeah,
homies and seeing how everyone's health progress is going. And it's so nice to have that support.
yeah. I think it's just the idea of like it takes a village, but
Hmm.
it's more than that, you know. These are the people that I would ride into a dungeon with for real. They have different skills. Honestly, the other day I learned that Nikita is like a mud crawling Spartan.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What? I would quite literally, I would go to war with Nikita, and I feel like we would win.
Probably like combined skills. Like
Hmm.
it's really nice to see like where our skills gap each other and stuff in the ways that we're able to support each other. And like it makes me so happy when I see people talk about travel and stuff. They're like, oh, I'm in that city. Like we can meet up and stuff. And like that's just so cool.
Hmm. It is
So
cool. I don't
honest,
think there's another community like that, to be honest.
really? Oh, that makes me so
I've
happy
been a
to
part
hear.
of many. As someone who's an OG internet liver, like I didn't leave my house. I was extremely, I didn't, let me just self-disclose. I used to be extremely agoraphobic. I didn't leave my house for several years.
Mm.
And so me leaving and doing a solo trip is like not only like a little bit, it's like huge. Um, or is it? Yeah. So I don't know. I lost my place, but
That is huge. That's like so,
mhm.
so huge. So, so proud of you. Like, I can't imagine. And it was like, it was really last minute when you found out that you would have to do this trip alone, and you still did it. And like, you did that for
She
yourself. Like,
she was emotionally regulated because she goes to the gym and she eats right and she sleeps.
mhm.
Um, yeah, I think that's the thing. I've been a part of, yeah, I caught my train back. I've been a part of online communities for a very long time. As someone who
Mhm.
didn't leave their house, I was on all kinds of forums. I used to run websites. I used to run like my own forums. There's like a very I ran one of the most popular Monster High, and one of the most popular Ghostbusters slash Danny Phantom ones. That's my lore. So I've been part of online communities for a very, very long time. I've been part of many different ones. I used to be part of a Kingdom Hearts one that was really popular. Like I was on it for so long. A mod passed away. Like that is, yeah, that's how long I was in it. And I don't think I've ever encountered an online community that was like this one.
That makes me so happy to hear. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with the program?
I would say like obviously you can't go above a 10 because 100%, but I would if I could I'd say 100 out of 10. But maximum scores, honestly. I've been really, really happy with it. I don't think um again, I don't think I would have been successful without it. I have no notes. I think everything makes sense. I think it's easy to implement because you don't do it in a way that you're telling the person you have to make 100 changes right now or you're not going to succeed. It's like, no, just do this one thing, and then we'll worry about that later. Like, just worry about your protein for now. Don't worry about the other two numbers. Just do your best, and then everything just nice and neatly falls into place.
I love hearing that. And if someone was considering working with me, what would you tell them?
Do it. Do it now. Don't let your dreams be memes. I've actually low key. I have people have asked me like, oh, you go to the gym every day. Can I go with you?
Mhm.
Or like how do you do it? And I'm the first person to say, yeah, I could not do this without a coach. I would not be here if I didn't have a coach. I honestly this is the type of person I am. I don't know about you, but this is like I strongly recommend it. There is someone on Facebook the other day looking and I was like, you should do this. Here you go. I don't know if she called you, but I sent the message out there. Whenever I can, someone asks, I just slide it in. Just because that's how strongly I believe. I would never, and I do this also in my like social media life,
Mhm.
I would never hawk a product that I didn't believe in.
Mhm.
So I believe in you.
Thank you.
Yes, coach.
Thank you. I love that. I want to go through 1 second. I'm going to go through my notes real quick and see if I missed any of the things that I wanted you to talk about. But I think we hit most stuff. Where did I? Yeah, we talked about cosplay. We talked about travel. But
Mhm.
yeah, maybe do you want to say anything about the fashion show at all?
Oh, by the way, I would just there's a comp I just have hit lots. Like I said, last year I hit lots of L's. This year hitting lots of W's. Um, I was crowned Elf Queen at the beginning of the year in the middle of the
Yeah.
first challenge at a fantasy ball. I One of my goals for this year was to start designing my own
Mhm.
costumes slash fashion because I'm a very stylish inclined person. And it's something I've always wanted to do. I feel like anyone who's like a little girl who watched That's So Raven
Mhm.
wanted to be a fashion designer in some capacity. I never thought I could do it. I always thought I was a curator. I was good at selecting pieces, but I was never good at making my own pieces. But this year, I was like, you know what, we're going to try it. And so I submitted a little design that was very personal to me to my local fashion show. Is actually a fundraiser for Keep Orlando Beautiful called Trash to Trends. And the idea is people take you have to make your entire garment out of trash. And I was like, well, if it's not good, I can always say it was made out of garbage. Like it's
Yeah.
literally it's hot garbage. But yeah, I submitted, I got in, and I walked down a whole runway, news cameras flashing. Yeah, and I just felt really good, and I not for yeah, I felt like a star. Honestly, I felt so cool. In my like very I seem like a bright, sunshiny person, but I think internally there's a different world in there that's maybe a little bit deeper, a little darker, a little less what's that word? Palatable. And I was looking at the different designs and everyone did a really good job. But a lot
Mhm.
of it was like very colorful or they used the exact color of the trash. And I just felt like this is just how my life has always been. Like I'm always the person who's if everyone's going left, I'm going right,
Mhm.
you know? So I also felt that like in my design and my aesthetic and the way I was walking in the way I carried myself, everyone was very I love honestly personally I actually love commercial style and commercial fashion, very smiley. If you ever watched America's Next Top Model, there are high
Yeah.
fashion models and there are
Yeah.
commercial models. I always thought I leaned commercial, but I did something completely opposite of like the
Mhm.
face character that I am every day. I picked something very high fashion. And so again, everything I'm doing like opposite of what I would have done years ago. And so I
Really breaking out
took
the
it.
comfort zone. Yeah.
Mhm.
Amazing.
It was,
And you also, I mean, you've done so much cool stuff this year. You had the fashion show, you did the traveling, you have the Goblin Market that you did, which is super cool. So you're just putting yourself out there in so many ways. Oh, that reminds me, we just talked about Epic Universe. Like you did a full theme park day you were talking about.
yeah, I did a whole theme park day and I didn't go really over my calories and macros at all.
Hmm.
I was able to fit it all in and it wasn't stressful. Um, so I ate a high protein breakfast that morning. I was like, okay, we're just gonna start with a good foundation. Plus, we're gonna be doing all this walking. We should probably
Yeah.
eat really well. I ate eggs and I took a protein shake with me on the way. Caffeinated one, the boba tea, Thai. No, it was the Vietnamese coffee one. You need caffeine.
Tasty.
Um, and so I did that. Started off with a nice breakfast, and then when we went to lunch, we had lunch at the Toadstool Cafe. And I was like, you know what? I actually just genuinely like salads. I know some people are like, I want a burger and I want something really heavy.
Yeah.
I don't. I like something light. So I went with the salad, the star salad, and it came with grilled chicken, delicious. Um, had some of my nephew's spicy Bowser meatballs. So like protein,
Mhm.
vegetable, a little carbs because they had little like
Yeah.
star shaped
Mhm.
nachos in it, bread pieces. I had a garlic knot, that's the carb.
Mhm.
And so the whole day I'm just like, I need this,
Yeah.
and the options were there because it's a theme park. You have a
Mhm.
million options. Um, so that was really cool.
You
I
start
ate
to
five.
feel
Oh,
all
I
that.
fit 5 croissants that day
Oh,
into
heck
my
yeah.
macros, and I didn't go over. And you're like, wait, no, because my brother works there. I'm not gonna say nothing. Yeah, it's fine. I can say that. Um, and it was a day that we could take. Everything was comped. Everything was free.
Mhm.
So I went to the HP, the Fantastic Beasts Mermaid Cafe, where we had like a
Mhm.
little French moment before we left. My dad had a cappuccino. Anyways, um, it, it's free croissants. I took some in my
Yeah,
bag
you
and
took
I
some
ate them on the way home.
I love that. But you were able to eat guilt-free, fit it in, and hit your
Hmm.
goals. And how did you feel doing the theme park day? More energy because you were eating, or
Yes.
yeah.
I was like, no. I could be here all day. What do you mean we're leaving now?
Mhm.
If the park doesn't close till 9 people, let's go. No, we got to do more things. And then we had to leave early because I went with the people who were a little less energetic than I am. But no, I felt so good. I was ready to do things. I wasn't tired. Usually, a couple years ago, I went to the theme park all day. I did a whole Disney day where you do rope
Mhm.
drop and then you don't leave till fireworks time. That is
Right.
a hot commit. That is a long day. That is a like
Yeah.
we got up at 5. We didn't leave till 9.
Mhm.
Um, I was limping. I had
Yeah.
hip problems and I was limping and my knee hurt and I was struggling that day by like 2, 3 p.m. because we had done so much walking. I think it's like what
Yeah.
20K, 30K steps.
Mhm.
I had not a single issue at Epic and I was there for almost the same amount of time.
Wow, that's incredible. So
Yeah,
all of that hip pain, knee pain just feels way better now.
gone. I think I injured myself over summer,
Mhm.
high heels and dancing. It happens. And my knee pain has gotten considerably better since working with you.
Mhm.
I haven't had a bad knee day in a month.
Wow, that's pretty amazing, especially
Yeah,
considering, yeah.
yeah.
And you're
And
able
we've
to
been,
lift weights and stuff. I think of all the people who, if they're like, I have a bad knee, so I'm not gonna lift, but instead, like, it helps.
I've been babying that knee too. Like I have not been increasing very dramatically.
Mhm.
Today I was doing the 45, which was so hard for me to do before the 45
Mhm.
pound barbell, the little
Mhm.
guy, mini barbell. I was doing a sumo squat with that. I'm like, this thing's freaking light now. What the heck? I'm doing my carries. I'm like, ah, I'm gonna have to find a German Shepherd at this point.
I love hearing that. No, it's so cool knowing that you went from like zero weights all the way up to like you're running out of weights to pick up.
Yeah, I am. I bought these. I told you this. I bought these beautiful Blogilates from Target gold weights. They're gorgeous.
They're
Beautiful
beautiful.
gold.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They're so. I don't need them anymore. They're so light.
They're nice for
I,
Pilates, but yeah, you've
yeah.
definitely outgrown them.
Hmm.
Well, those are the main questions I had for you. Is there any last comments that you want to have wrapping things up, or any last piece of advice you'd want to give everyone?
I would one. Thank you so much. I really do. I love this
Oh.
process. This has been really fun and enjoyable. If it wasn't fun and enjoyable, I would have quit. I would have been, no, I'm sorry about the end. Ow, this is lame. Um, so yes, it's been honestly genuinely fun. I think taking care of yourself should be fun. It should be an
Mhm.
act of joy. You shouldn't do it out of an act of self-hatred. Like I hate the way I look. And I know some people do start off that way. But I think the long-term success of it doesn't come from hating yourself. It only comes from loving yourself. So that's what I would tell people is just find that little thing about yourself that you love and use that little seed and plant it and let that be what you build your fitness foundation on.
I love that. Thank you.
Mhm.
If you're a self-proclaimed nerd who wants to feel more confident and energized without giving up your gaming time or your favorite foods, I want to help. Join my Discord community at the link down below. There you'll find other like-minded nerds who are looking to work on their fitness journeys. We have free resources, community challenges, book club, movie nights, as well as craft nights. You don't have to feel alone on this fitness journey. And if you're looking for more one-on-one support, book a call with me down below so we can discuss how I can help you get to your health goals. Remember, you don't have to choose between being a nerd and being fit. You can absolutely be both. Let's level up your health while you stay true to who you are. I'll see you in the next one.